Hey, it's your girl Dana back again with the question of the month for September. And the question is, have you ever been marginalized while doing your HIV advocacy? If so, how did you feel? And how did you handle it? I think that because it's been 30 years now, a lot of negativity that may have come, I've pushed to the back of my mind. I know that while people may not have said anything to my face when I share about my HIV positive journey, and that was tied up into my IV drug use because that's how I was infected. So there's a lot that goes on based on the fact that I'm an HIV positive woman who also had an IV drug use history. So when I tell my story, I see sometimes it's what I see in people's faces more than what they say. It's like how they're looking at you. When I do advocacy, before I even share my story, sometimes people will reveal how they feel because they're not thinking that I'm talking about myself until I tell my story. So sometimes you hear things like, well, people did it to themselves, that's what happens when you do drugs and you have wild sex and you're with so many partners and you don't use condoms. That's bound to happen, or things like that. And so it makes me feel sad that people are actually saying these things. And I don't personalize, but I know that some folks are in a more fragile space than I feel I am right now, and that it's so hurtful. So I do my best, instead of reacting to any of those things, I take that moment to educate and tell them the truth about HIV. It has no face. It can happen to anyone. And it kind of quiets them down a little. And then when I tell my story and they see that that is me, you could see almost shock in their face. So I don't feel, I've never felt like I wanted to just give up and not continue advocating. If anything, that made me go stronger and harder because I knew that there's so much work left to do. So I'd love to hear how you feel on this topic, and definitely comment, let us know. We'd love to hear from you. And until next month, I'm signing out. Make it a great day. Remember, you have the power to make today anything you want, so go out and get it. Mwah.